Welcome back to the workshop, world builders. Today we have for you another exciting world building workshop where we build something instead of just talking about worlds that other people have built. Today we are going to be building a colony inspired by the novel that we discussed in our last episode, which was Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. And Allison is going to be leading us through today's world building exercise.
Yay!
Allison, would you like to borrow the staff and crown and take it away?
I don't know. I'm a little nervous about this one. I suppose if I must.
You literally picked the topic.
I know. I had a hard time picking the topic because my first thought was, spaceship. But we already built that with Emma in a previous episode for the Hitchhiker's Galaxy inspired episode. So I was really debating, what do I do? Do we build a political system, a pathogen, some sort of virus? And I ended up deciding colony. The reason I'm nervous is because I don't obviously, I'm not a scientist. I don't understand any of the science behind what needs to happen to terraform a planet. But there are other things that we can talk about. And there isn't that much science that is discussed in The Expanse either about what goes into terraforming a planet. So I figure it'll work. So I'm excited. So I have 6 questions here, and as usual, you can switch the order of the questions and come back to them. Let's dig in. So, question number 1. Why are people leaving Earth to establish a colony on another planet? So in this scenario, we are going with our own solar system.
Okay.
Our own Earth.
And it's going to be sci-fi.
It's going to be near future sci-fi, similar to The Expanse. Although, would you call The Expanse near future? It's still pretty far future, but it is our solar system.
Future, yeah.
So why are we leaving Earth, people? Is there some religious mandate to leave, or is it something more like overpopulation and resource scarcity?
I feel like climate change is the most realistic one.
Climate change is very realistic.
Yeah.
We're killing the planet.
Yeah, we murdered this one and we have our sights set out on our next victim.
Yeah.
That's so depressing.
That's why I was hesitant to not say it, because I'm let's have a fun world building workshop. And I'm did you guys know?
I mean, it could also be that we discovered something really cool on another planet and we want to go study it. It could be a scientific research colony.
I like this better. No offense, Christiana, but let's go with not realistic.
I agree.
In that case, what did we find?
For some reason, you guys remember the movie Tremors with Kevin Bacon?
Never saw it.
You guys
but
haven't seen
worms,
Tremors?
It's like Dune.
Oh my god, you have to watch Tremors. Small town in the desert is being terrorized by big worms that will eat you, and they can sense vibrations in the ground. For some reason that popped in my head because I'm make Kevin Bacon experience Tremors again. He leaves his character from Tremors was those giant worms came from Mars. I'm gonna kill them there too. Jets off into space.
Worms.
Yeah,
that'd be so funny.
That
also makes me think, because then I was just thinking of classic movies. I'm what if we found dinosaurs on another planet?
That would be awesome.
The T-Rexes aren't extinct. We found a planet of dinosaurs.
Okay, well, before we answer this, then we need to discuss: is this planet we're going to already livable, or do we need to sort of establish, a domed kind of society while we terraform it? Or do you think it's already we're good to go?
I feel like we would... Okay, I'm thinking Mars, because if we're doing, near-ish future, that is the closest planet to ours in the solar system.
That's always the one that's discussed. It feels like the most... what we would go to, yeah.
It feels like the most survivable.
Oh, yeah, because I know Allison said that it was our solar system. I was thinking of, a far away...
We could do far away if we want. We are starting from our solar system. But if we want,
okay.
If we want to do we
could do
found
random...
we sent a satellite here and found this interesting thing that we want to go research.
Wait,
we could do that.
what if we do both? What if one day randomly a perfectly livable planet popped up in our solar system?
Ooh. Okay, yes, I love it.
Like a ninth planet just appeared.
Just appeared one day.
Oh my goodness. Obviously we have to go explore it.
Go study it.
Yeah, we have to go study it.
Okay. Is it like on the far rim? Is it like past Pluto? Or what's the furthest one?
Well, it was Pluto. Now it's Uranus.
Yeah.
Or is it closer?
I think, well, for it to be survivable, I think it'd have to be closer. But also, it's a
guess
magical
it would,
planet that popped up
because-
out of nowhere. So we can make it whatever we want.
Yeah.
What if it's like on the opposite side of the sun from the Earth? Like it's in our
it's in
orbit,
our
But
orbit.
it's just
Oh
like
my
appeared on the
goodness.
opposite
across.
That's even
Yeah.
scarier. I'm more
Yeah.
scared
That'd
of
be
that.
terrifying.
It's
Yeah.
too close. Too close. Okay, I love
It's
it.
too close.
I love it. We're okay. So now we know why people are leaving. There's this sudden planet. Maybe good news because our environment, we are destroying our environment. Maybe we have this other planet we could go to. Maybe it's bad news. It just appeared here. We don't know anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Who is leaving Earth?
I feel like I feel like this is also the opportunity to have the perfect team building moment. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I need you on my team. And then the person's
Team
like, I'm
building
not joining
montage.
your team. And then, then they slap down like some important piece of paper and he's like, we're in. Like, I want that moment.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, there's 3 different, like, U.S. is sending people, China's sending people, Russia's sending people, maybe the UK, like, you know,
But
like,
we're
in our
talking
current
representatives from each of the major world powers.
Yeah.
Is that kind of
But
what
also-
we're thinking?
Well, I
If
was
it
thinking more
was-
like, because the world powers have never cooperated ever, and so it's more likely that it's a race to get to this
They
planet.
all have their own
Okay.
separate colonies on the planet.
Yeah.
But also, if it
Yeah.
was in our exact orbit, I am not a scientist or an astrophysicist or anything like that. But would it not be easier to get to? Because if you could like launch something into space and have it just slow itself down so it's stable, the spaceship doesn't have to move. You just wait half a year for the planet to pop up right beside it and then it descends.
Is that how that works? I don't know.
Well, but I think
That's what I mean.
don't
I
think
have
it
no
stay
idea.
fixed, right? Because everything orbits the sun, so I think you'd actually have to be like doing a bunch of opposite motion to stay in the same place. But that would actually be more work than just getting into orbit.
Yeah,
and
fair,
like,
yeah, true.
we don't
then
have
you
to
just
answer that
shut
question.
down.
That's not on my list.
Yeah.
It's not on my list.
Well, I
guys.
was just thinking if it was like really easy, realistic, like easier than what it would normally be, then it doesn't have to necessarily just be superpowers, right? Anyone who could get anything
it would be
to space
closer
could.
to us.
I really
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
Canadians to be a group that goes.
Yeah, I would like that.
I mean, we could also. It is also our world.
It's
So
our
we could say
world.
that at
We
this
can
time
decide.
everybody cooperates.
This time everyone
They
cooperates and
send-
Canada's in charge.
Yeah.
Although I am wondering, because we're kind of approaching this like it's our first time going to this planet, but realistically, if it's going to establish a colony, surely we've been
Maybe
there
we've
before.
already been
Because
there,
you don't
yeah.
just, because
Yeah,
we
that's
didn't
true.
just like you said,
We've
one or
gone
two
there
people.
and we've seen things that are weird and we want to study them to possibly build
Longer
a
term.
bigger colony there. So maybe this is like a
Yeah.
small colony of scientific
This is like a research
expeditions.
station
Yeah, a research
kind of
station.
thing, and we
This
want
is
to
like
build
we've been
a
there
colony.
half a dozen times.
Yeah.
It's cheaper to build a colony now than to keep sending
So
people
who's
up
populating
individually every
this
time.
research station? Probably scientists from
Yeah.
various countries.
Yeah, and I would imagine their families, because I feel like if you
Yeah, this
want
is
the
a
top
longer-term
minds
thing,
kind of
yeah.
thing, and instead of being like, oh, just you have to leave your whole family behind and never see them again, it's like you
And there will be
and
things that other
get the
non-scientists
kids,
can do.
head out there. Yeah.
Yeah. There's lots of work to be had in a colony, in a new station.
Mhm.
research
Although
station.
again, I think if you're just setting up your colony, right, you're probably just at first, like if we're talking about the very first beginnings of the colony, it's kind of like when people would cross the ocean, and you'd often have like one member of the family go first and other people would join them. Like I feel like if you don't have a colony set up, you're not bringing your kids with you immediately.
Well, I think
right?
we've,
like you're sending,
like you've said, we've already had the one person going. Like we've had a few
it's set up enough to get to
so
colony
like there's already
level.
a mini colony.
There might be a little base there already, or a few different.
Okay.
Let's say.
I think there would be a lot of military presence.
Yes.
Like I think a lot of
absolutely.
military people would be sent, not just for defense, but also because it's like you're under contract. If your nation says, guess what, bud? You're going to Earth 2.0. It's like, you can't say no. So.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's probably who's there already. Like they probably sent military first, set up this mini like base, and are like, okay, now it's been locked down. Now we can send our scientists and our families and people to like expand this colony. Right, because those are always the people who get sent into new places.
Well, I feel like at first it would be a couple really small research expeditions with like literally just like little capsules to like test the air, test whatever, make sure everything's fine. And then the next one would be like research and scouting to find an area once we decide, okay, we want this to work. And then it would be send in military. And then once the area is secured, send in construction folks to actually build the colony area. And I feel like then that's where where it officially becomes like colony, where it's like, okay, it's the area is secured, it's built, facilities are working, who are we sending to populate this city?
That's at the point we're at. So what people from what areas of the earth are going on this settling mission?
Unfortunately, I think it would be billionaires.
Ew.
Like, I think a lot of billionaires.
I don't know that they're going that early.
Yeah, I don't know if they would.
You think that they're going that early? I feel like they wait till it's like fully established in luxury, and then they go.
I
This
think
is
they're
still
all megalomaniacs.
This is still a scientific a scientific expedition.
I think it would be largely scientific, like scientists and their families, and so the families can kind of help run the other stuff. I think there would be, the military would be there partially for guarding, but also partially just for like running the place, right? Like, I mean, like literal, who's going to fix a building if something breaks, right? Like have them there. And then I do think there would be a couple billionaires who are crazy enough to be like, I'm going to be the first person.
I mean, sure, there might be one or two who like buy their way onto the expedition.
Yeah.
But okay, the reason I'm trying to get us to decide where these people are coming from is because of my next question, which I'll just skip to. How does the group of people impact the culture of the new colony? And this is inspired by how in The Expanse, there's a bunch of different people that colonized Mars, but they ended up taking on a Texan accent, which I think is hilarious. So I wanted to talk about things like that might develop in this, because this is a new settlement, new cultures are going to come out of it, right?
Yeah. I think definitely, global superpowers. Like US, Canada. I'm going to add Canada in there. I think we should be in charge.
So you think it's going to be a hodgepodge?
And then Russia and China for sure.
So let's be
I'm thinking things with established space
by
programs.
The Expanse and pick some random Canadianism that gets picked up by this entire colony.
The first times, like, someone from Russia who speaks English encounters a Manitoban and they're like, oh, are you liking it here? And the Manitoban's like, oh yeah, no, for sure. And they're like, what?
Oh no. The no is what gets taken. I love it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Which is different than no, yeah.
Maybe saying sorry. Like when
sorry.
you bump into someone, everyone says sorry. It doesn't matter whose fault it was.
I think sorry would become the greeting. Like instead of saying hi, it's like the informal greeting.
Yeah,
like you see your friend on the street and you're like, oh, sorry. Didn't expect you'd be here. How's it going?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That is very funny.
They would find a way to play hockey immediately. That'd be like the first recreation thing that they build in the colony is an ice rink.
Oh, I wasn't thinking of a cold climate. I was kind of imagining it tropical for some reason.
I was also imagining it tropical for some reason.
If it's Earth, if it's just like Earth, it's like it would realistically have all the same climates as Earth, and I feel like
that's true. Could be
they would pick a fairly temperate area.
Yeah. Although it's not necessarily just like Earth.
Yeah.
Like we said it's livable,
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
true.
not
It could be a different
necessary.
distance.
Although that would be interesting. Is what if it pops up and we realize it is exactly Earth, and it's like,
but no
the
people
fuck?
are on it.
Why is there? But no people, right?
Ooh,
like
I
there
like
was like
that.
it's
So
like Earth from another. Like the
Oh,
timelines
yes.
glitched out
Emma,
for a
this is
second, and we
amazing.
got another Earth.
This is
Yeah, I
amazing.
love
I
that.
love this. Okay. So there's no people, and they're sending scientists to figure out, to like take samples of the soil and figure out, like, is this exactly the same? Like, is it the same age?
Yeah.
Are there animals? Ooh, I like the idea that maybe animals aren't in the same places as they are in our Earth. So maybe, like, you know,
Oh.
there aren't lions in Africa. They're in a different warm country or something.
This is what I'm thinking. Because
Okay.
if it's the exact same Earth and this is like a time skip, right?
I don't think
and
we
this
need
is
to
like-
know the reason, but go on.
Yeah. But if the Earth would be in a different, like on the different side of the sun as us, that would mean the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs wouldn't have hit that Earth.
Ooh, the dinosaurs! Dinosaurs are still
There's
there.
dinosaurs.
Yes, I love it. There's dinosaurs.
Interesting.
There's different
It's an Earth has
animals.
popped up.
Yeah.
I need to Google this.
Is this a show? Did we just
I think
rehash a show that already exists? I'm sure there's something like this
it's.
out there.
I'm pretty sure it's called Terra Nova, and I think we just accidentally.
Oh, I've seen that a long time ago.
Oh no, okay,
Parallel.
but they're on the same
Parallel.
Earth.
Yeah,
They're
not on a
transported
different
back
Earth.
in time.
Ours is
But-
different. This is a
Yeah,
completely different Earth.
Ours is a completely different Earth, but they do have dinosaurs, so
Yeah.
I feel like no to the dinosaurs. We're
Oh.
accidentally just
Okay,
complicating
so it's
the
just
plot of Terra
maybe it's
Nova.
just Earth, but like no like life other than plants evolved.
yeah, maybe
so
there's
there's
no
got all the
animals
plants,
at
but there's
all.
like no animals, no fish. And what if it? Like, you could also, if you wanted it to be even more, you could have it like, you know, Earth. It's like on its side or something like that. So like instead of like what would be east and west on our
Oh,
Earth, it's just
yeah.
been like those
Oh,
are now
yeah.
north and south. So it's like been rotated,
Yeah,
so it's not
yeah.
immediately obvious because like different parts of it are cold, and then people are like, wait, this looks real familiar. This is.
I think we can only say
like exactly
that there
like
are
Earth.
no animals or people in the places that the humans have explored so far, because Earth is
Yeah.
very
Right.
large.
Yeah.
So
And
there's
I
no
also-
way
Yeah,
that
so
it
they
would take
would
a
know.
while to-
Yeah.
feel like that would be really creepy too, because if it's like,
Yes,
okay, if this is
totally.
Earth on a different timeline, is what happened on this Earth going to happen to our Earth and wipe everyone out?
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever made no fauna, all flora. Is that something that could
plant
happen
life
to
flourishing,
us? Yeah.
or are there parts of the planet that are just dying for no inexplicable reason or something?
Oh, that would be interesting. What's weirder, if it's exactly the same but just no people or animals, or if it's like mostly the same but then there's some areas that like clearly like something happened here.
I like the idea that something happened here. We don't know what. There's certain areas that different things have happened. Like maybe one area is just a complete desert. Just
What
no
if there's a
plant growth.
super intelligent species of monkeys running everything, and then they discover the Statue of Liberty
And then
in the water?
yeah.
I don't think that's ever been done
Okay,
before.
we're
and
that would
digressing
be
quite a
really
bit
cool.
from our colony, so I'm
Okay,
gonna
all right.
reel us back to our little colony that's being built on
Yeah.
this
yeah,
alternate Earth.
New Earth.
New Earth. Earth
Where would they
2.0.
pick? Like, where on Earth would you go to do it? Like, what's the like most ideal place to build a first?
I mean, if
spot?
the Earth is tilted, I don't know where things are anymore.
Right.
So I don't know.
It also does not have to
a
be tilted.
temperate-
It could
No,
just
I
be
like
up and
that.
down.
A temperate climate area.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Mediterranean climate kind of thing. Not necessarily
Yeah,
specifically the Mediterranean, but where it's like it gets cold. It can. I'm thinking specifically Vancouver Island. I think everyone should live in this climate. It's like it gets cold. You get a tiny bit of snow, but you're not gonna die, kind of thing.
Okay. Let's
Gets
get back to
warm,
the colony.
but not excessively
found somewhere-
warm. So.
Reeling us in again, back to the colony.
They found somewhere temperate. Yeah.
They have grown a bit. They're now almost their own. Some time has passed. They're their own people. They're developing their own culture, playing hockey, saying sorry. What kind of government arises here? Are we thinking that this is going to be, they're going to start separating from Earth and being their own thing?
It depends how far we're going.
Yeah, because if it's, I think it would be interesting to put it on the cusp of them developing a new government, because if I would imagine it would always be military run.
Yep.
For it's getting set up kind of thing, because that's the clearest of Space Force is part of the military, right?
Yeah.
So it would be one, commanding officer of the colony, whatever. And then I feel like after a few generations, you get to the point where it's like, well, no, why are we doing this? It should be democratically elected.
Want
We should be
now. Yeah. We're becoming our own city.
And we have our own culture and all these things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And really, New Earth probably has some of the upper hand because, as we know, Old Earth is dying and its resources being depleted, and New Earth is just filled with resources. So at some point, New Earth is going to be like, why are we sending all of our resources back to Old Earth when we could just keep them and we're actually the prime
People
area.
should just all migrate to New Earth.
Well, that's why I'm saying I think billionaires would
they wouldn't want that.
No, they would want to be on the New Earth, so that way they could control the resources.
Yeah, but I'm saying people on New Earth would not want everybody to come to New Earth, right? They'd be like, you guys stay over there. This is our planet now.
And we're going to keep it green. No big corporations sucking the life.
Lovely.
Yeah. That's what they're saying anyway, but we'll have rich people sneaking on there. All sorts of things. So we think they're gonna try for some sort of diplomatic, capitalist society. I want them to try for something else. I want them to try for
I still feel like people would default to some sort of election.
Yeah.
Like some sort of democracy in the sense of elected representation. Where they're like, we should be, we as a group should be deciding who's in charge and who's making these decisions, kind of thing. I don't know if it would go so far as to Westminster style parliament or anything like that, but definitely I think there's kind of I feel like almost like a rebel cause has kind of started up where the citizens have elected who they think their leader should be, and that they only listen to them. And they're like, no, the CEO isn't actually our leader. This guy is our leader, right? Because we elected him. We decided he represents us. Or she.
Structure their government around this idea of we can't ruin this earth. We want to keep it green somehow. What would that government look like?
I think the government would then be almost entirely, instead of being service based, it would be resource based. It wouldn't be, I'm voting for this person to make decisions on my behalf. It would be, I'm voting for this person to be in charge of the food and the runoff. And you know what I mean? This person is the only one who has the key to the resources because we trust them the most to not go crazy with it.
Or is it even, because I am wondering if the main thing is people getting concerned and they're seeing right, we've sent military, we've sent scientists, we're starting to see, New Earth is just getting exploited the way Old Earth was. Does there then become a coup and a quote-unquote altruistic dictator takes over and it's I am not letting New Earth go down that path because I'm going to be benevolent.
That's a fun story.
The kind of
the benevolent ruler always
I
works
know
out.
best.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like they would have been elected first, though.
And then
people
they
would have been like, no, we can't.
Power.
And then they refused to give up power. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a an eco-terrorist dictator.
So my final question, number 6, is what kind of economy does this colony have? Are we seeing different sectors for different jobs? Like maybe there's an agriculture part, and there's a service industry and a medical and security. I guess we'd have our military section. Do they use money? Is that gone?
I feel like they would trade services instead. Like, it would be really valuable if, like, agriculture is important. Yes, all these things are important, but you're in such fertile land that it's not as, like, do or die kind of thing.
I mean, they need food from somewhere.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, it's not like it's not like someone's you need a scientist to do it because the earth is basically dead kind of thing, right? Like, it's not as tricky to grow food.
Yep.
So I feel like almost like small luxury services would suddenly be like very in vogue kind of thing, where it's like, because you can't just Amazon Prime whatever you want.
Yeah.
It has to be shipped all the way from old Earth. So it's like, oh, I would really love like a beautiful shawl, and someone who's really good at knitting can make you a beautiful shawl. That would probably be worth a lot of money there.
Scented soap or something like
yes.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, the cottage industry would
explode.
It'd be interesting because it'd kind of be like a regression into like previous styles of economies on Earth, on New Earth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
We're kind of just recreating old Earth.
I mean,
on
just
New Earth.
on the yeah. It's interesting to think of what different directions the economy might take once it gets more populated. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to go the same way that ours did, right?
The interesting thing that I'm finding with this world building exercise that it's like is interesting to explore on the podcast, I think, is how, like, because you often have so much freedom in world building that you can do anything, but with this one I feel like we have a lot less freedom because it is
it's
specifically
our solar system.
Coming from our world.
It is true.
Yeah, it's like, well, people have already established money and capitalism, and it's like we're not like those things. Yeah. You're not free to just discard them in the same way, because you're like, well, this is what human society has already decided to do, and therefore if we're building off of that, we're kind of stuck with it a little bit.
I can't. Is there? Do they use money in the Expanse? They must. I can't remember though.
Yeah, well, because Miller talks about all the time about having credits in his account and how he's almost out of money.
Right,
and they don't really dive into it. Like, they're not like, it's not like, you know, Game of Thrones where they're talking about exactly how much coin is worth this other coin and whatever. But yeah, clearly exists in some form.
I feel like they wouldn't have money as a means of controlling folks, if that makes sense. Like, the cell, I think, would be like, come to New Earth. All you have to do is pitch into society, and you have this beautiful, lush,
you don't have to worry
everything's
about
taken
money
care
anymore.
of.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That would be a real draw, actually. Like,
it would,
I don't need to make money. What?
Yeah.
So maybe millionaires wouldn't want to go. They won't have any collateral there.
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder if it's almost like sort of like a self-imposed serfdom of like, you know, we own you for 3 years, give us your labor to build this colony, and then you get to live in luxury for the rest of your life, sort of thing.
Yeah, I like that.
I could see that being abused later.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of my questions, folks. That was interesting. Definitely different than our more fantasy-based world building.
Yeah. I felt like this one was really challenging because it's so big.
Yeah.
And I feel like we barely scratched this.
Yeah,
like, clearly, you know, like I
go
like
so deep into a colony and all the different
and I mean, I know, like, for Leviathan Wakes, like, they had made it into like a tabletop role-playing game that they had played for years first before it turned into a novel.
Fun.
And like, so there was like years and years of world building
we
before
did
they
30
ever put
minutes,
pen to paper,
so,
which is but
hopefully this gives you a place to start. You're free to use any of this that you want. It's in the public domain, or just use the questions to build your own.
Do you want me to summarize it, Allison?
Sure.
Or do you
summarize
have a summary
what we built
of it? Okay. All right, feel free to jump in, either of you, if I missed anything. But so we have a scientific/research colony that is being established on a new planet that has popped up in our solar system. When this planet first popped up and we noticed it, we of course sent people to go check it out. It is in our same orbit around the sun, just on the opposite side of the sun. So scientists had to figure out all that fancy math and trajectories to get folks onto it, but a lot more doable than sending somebody to Mars or Venus or any other planet. After a few sort of moon-like expeditions where small groups of astronauts were sent to check it out, we have realized that it is not only safe to inhabit, but in fact bears a very strong resemblance to our current Earth, or our current Earth as it might have been, for there are no people or animals on this planet, even though it is flourishing with all manner of vegetation. Once realizing that the opportunity that this new planet afforded us, we have now sent military folks, construction folks. They have started to set up sort of all of the infrastructure that you need on a new planet, and we are now at the point of scientists and their families being sent over to start researching, finding out, is this Earth younger than ours? Is it older than ours? Is there anything we can find out about where it came from? And then, of course, starting to extract resources from it, as humans do. This is where it gets a little spicy on New Earth, because after a few generations of sort of military-run government, with New Earth being a colony of old Earth, of course, New Earth starts to question, well, why are we a colony of old Earth? And also, a lot of people start realizing that if we keep going down this path, New Earth is going to end up just like old Earth, with all of the pollution and climate change and ways that we've destroyed it. And so, in fact, there is a coup, and a benevolent dictator is elected. Of course, they're not a dictator at that point, but they soon become one, because only they can keep New Earth from heading down the terrible path of old Earth. Various idiosyncrasies of the original colonies are transported to New Earth. There were actually a lot of Canadians in the original groups sent over, and therefore things like sorry become part of regular greetings, and ice hockey becomes a very popular sport on New Earth. And the economy is a bit of an interesting beast. At first, it is, probably very similar to the one on old Earth with money and whatnot, but there are sort of little cottage industries start to pop up, because you can't just ship everything over from old Earth or buy things that easily online, because that costs a whole bunch of money to try and ship things halfway across an orbital rotation, and therefore people start trading items. The barter system comes back into fashion. Perhaps there's even sort of schemes where on old Earth you can sort of sell yourself, sell your labor for a few number of years, and then after that you're promised that you will live in luxury on New Earth forever if you just, work for the company for a few years. And that's where we'll leave it. Of course, there's so much more to be explored on this colony. As Allison said, everything that we build here in the workshop is for public domain, so feel free to incorporate New Earth into your own worlds, expand on it. If you do have any ideas for it, we would love to hear them. Clearly, there's so many places you could go with this.
I think it would also be really interesting to go in a completely different direction and make the planet an alien planet with, alien life.
Totally.
And we suddenly have to deal with neighbors. That could be fun.
Yeah. A whole, a different, instead of a carbon-based life form, what if it was, a helium-based life form or something that evolved on this other planet.
Project Hail Mary, but planet-wide. Tons of people.
And they're very well maybe life on this planet. It could be like cicadas on 10-year cycles or whatever, they just haven't crawled out of the caves yet.
Right.
Yeah.
We just didn't mention the big worms that are underneath
the
Earth.
Yeah, that's right. Get Kevin Bacon to New Earth right now.
Actually, all of the colonists are Kevin Bacon clones.
They're clones of Kevin Bacon.
It's a weird excursion. Of course, if you don't want to use New Earth because it's just too weird, feel free to use our guiding questions to come up with your own colony. We'll be back in the tavern next episode discussing What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. We hope to see you there, but until then, scram.
Bye.
Get out of here.